So this is my Liverpool vs Spurs match preview and my next set Premier League predictions for this weekend. Also, we do have some FA Cup games this weekend, so that's why the likes of Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Man City and Aston Villa are playing this week, midweek. And we got Nottingham Forest and Brentford who are playing not this week, next week in terms of midweek as well. But yeah, this could be the big game for Liverpool. This could be the game where we are officially crowned champions. We just need one more win. We do host Tottenham Hotspur, who we did beat in the League Cup second leg 4-0 in the League Cup semi-finals. And it's whenever Tottenham come to Anfield, they always concede goals, doesn't it? Spurs always come to Anfield and they always concede a lot of goals, to be fair. We all remember the 4-3 from 2 seasons ago when we were 3-0 up and Spurs pulled it back. Not just that. The 4-0 or 4-1 last season in Jurgen's final season as well. Or was it 4-2? No, I think it was 4-2, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 4-2 in Jurgen's final season. I'm expecting a similar game again. I think there will be goals in the game. We missed a lot of big chances against Leicester too. I think the 1-0 storyline was nice to Leicester, to be fair. If I'm being honest with you, we should have had more in that game. Spurs too open defensively for me. Even though they did well in the second leg against Frankfurt, so Spurs do. To be fair, Spurs might be thinking to put all the focus into I think the first set of the semi-finals is next week for Spurs. So after this game, so Spurs might have a bit of a more priority in that game. To be fair, but Spurs will want to go into that first set with momentum as well, which could be key. They got Bodo Kim in the semi-finals, and I think for me, even though you can't count out Bodo Kim, I think Spurs should be winning that in my opinion and getting themselves to the final. Imagine Spurs win the Europa League and Arsenal win nothing. Oh my days. Oh my days. That would be peak. But Anne said it though, he does win the second season. I doubt they'll win it though. I think Bilbao will probably win the Europa League in my opinion. I think Bilbao will take Man United out in my opinion. And but this is the lead game. Be interesting lineup for Spurs. I think they'll still do one Spurs. But if they make a few changes, that will probably piss Arsenal. Even though Arsenal fans have accepted not going to win the league, I think it will piss Arsenal fans off if Spurs has made a wholesale change lineup. To be fair, and I wouldn't really blame them for that because at the end of the day, they've got the Europa League, haven't they? Europa League first, yeah. But at the same time, you want momentum going into that game. I don't get Spurs at all because I think Spurs have actually got the players. They have actually got the players, Spurs. My problem with them is Pedro Porro, Destiny and Doddy, they're just playing in the one positions. Obviously, they are full-backs. Well, they're not full-backs, they're more wing-backs, but they're playing in the full-back role, which makes them more exposed defensively. If they're playing in the back three as wing-backs, I think both of them will do well. And I think Spurs will be better defensively if they play back three with wing-backs. People will be like, well, yeah, but Conte did that. Yeah, but Conte, the thing with Conte was, if things don't go well, he'll throw out the ownership and fair play to him as well. And then it's a mouse made in hell. So they need to try and get a mind to Spurs. I don't think Anne's I can't see Anne staying, to be honest with you. They won't win the Europa League, then they'll sack him, in my opinion. And I think Spurs need to go to someone who's adaptable to play for the back and also play free at the back as well. They need an adaptable coach, in my opinion. That's what Spurs need. Got the players up front though, Koulibaly, good player. I would take him at Liverpool over fucking Solskjaer. Solskjaer in a heartbeat. Quality player. I would even take Maddison over Solskjaer, to be fair. I would. We need to upgrade on pretty Solskjaer because he's just not turned up again recently. Heung-min Son still doing at his age. Slowly regressing, isn't he, Heung-min Son, but he's still done me threat. And Siante, I remember we had Siante at Liverpool. I just didn't get the signing at all. And good to see him do well though, since leaving Liverpool as well. But this is my lineup. Done for Arsenal, Pradi, Tenate, Van Dijk. I think Robertson will come back in towards it's like a traditional bid system. I've done for Trent to play in midfield. I think we should play Trent in midfield with Roberts, in my opinion. Put Matarson at number 10 role for more creativity. Salah, Diaz and Dapo as the front three, because I think that'll be the front three for the rest of the season now. It's the only front three we should go for, in my opinion. I have no clue what's going to happen with the likes of Chiesa, Jota, Nunez and Diaz in the summer. It wouldn't shock me to see all four though. You don't have Javier as well. So it could be a major overhaul, to be fair. So, but that'll be my starting 11 then Spurs. And now onto my predictions for this weekend. I done for Chelsea now, Everton now. Chelsea got a very good win away at Fulham, 1 year on. But for me, papers over the class for me. I think Everton will get something in that game. I still don't rate Chelsea at all. Brighton versus West Ham. Done for a 1-1 draw. Both teams really nothing to play for now. To be fair, I think Brighton have chopped out the hooping waste now personally. So I think that'll be a 1-1 draw. Newcastle versus Ipswich. Could be any score in Newcastle's favour, to be fair. I done for a comfortable 4-0 win for Newcastle. Quite surprised by Newcastle using 4-1 away to Aston Villa, but that just sums up Newcastle's away form. They're really good at home. Incredible at home, Newcastle, but away from home, they're quite poor. Against the top teams as well. They always seem to get beat the top teams away from home. Southampton versus Fulham. I think Fulham win that 3-0. They should win that game. Den's already read there. Southampton. Wolves against Leicester. Again, I think Wolves should win that game 3-0. Wolves will have a bit of momentum now after staying up officially with that win at Man United. Bournemouth against Manchester United. I think Man United more focused on Europa League. So 2-0 Bournemouth. Liverpool Spurs. I think we'll win 3-0. I think we'll win the game 3-0 in my opinion. I think we're due a big win. We need to win a game massively, don't we? By a massive storyline. I think we are due that in my opinion. And Spurs probably the best team today against because they're so open defensively. So I've gone for a 3-0 win to the Reds. And that's hopefully the win that will officially crown us Premier League champions as well. That's all we need to do. Just need to win and we'll be officially Premier League champions. And Nottingham Forest versus Brentford, I think that'll be 1-1 draw. I think Nottingham Forest are starting to feel the pressure now. Starting to feel the pressure in the race for Champions League. Even if they're still at Europa League, Nottingham Forest still been an amazing season for them. Overachievement for me. When a lot of people had them to wear a decent battle. But to be fair, you wouldn't be. But at the same time, with the depth they had in the race for Champions League, I think it would also be a disappointment from them as well. I remember it happened to Leicester as well. I think they're similar. I think they are similar to Leicester. When they were in control of being in the top four. They could potentially miss out on the final day, Nottingham Forest. They got Chelsea on the final day as well. That's the game for me. Obviously, they have got Spurs tonight, Nottingham Forest. I think Nottingham Forest should win that game. In my opinion, I just think Spurs. I think Forest are still got the better course in my opinion. So I think they'll beat Spurs, but I think Brentford will be more tougher than. So that is my mass preview, my predictions for this weekend and my lineup. And this should be the game. This should be the game where the Red Ribbons get onto that Premier League trophy ready for the final game of the season. And this should be the game where we are officially crowned Premier League champions. All we need to do is just win. Come on, the Reds.